Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more New York Jets franchise here in Madden 26. Today, we've got a massive, massive game that we must win. Because if we look at it right now, we are currently in the playoffs, but if we lose this, we might not be. New England's already secured a spot. They've already made the playoffs. This just depends on seeding now. If we win, we might even end up as the number 5 seed. Who knows? We'll be second in our division if we win, but if we lose, we could be kicked out. As you can see right now, the Patriots are 11-5. We are 10-6. This could go either way. We need the win more than anything because you can see the the Chargers need it. The Titans, probably not. They've already secured it. So the teams that really need us to lose are probably the Chargers and the Raiders. Those two teams are definitely relying on us to lose this game because the Chargers could have a higher seed and the Raiders could have a much better spot than they're at now. They're at rank 8. We're rank 6. If we lose this, we might drop a little bit. But if we win this, we might even have to face the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 9-7. Hopefully they lose this week so we don't have to face them. Last time we faced them, it was very upsetting. We couldn't stop the pass, and it was just a whole deal. And of course, we are going to be without a couple of our main guys. Breece Hall is going to be out. Colston Loveland and Shamar Turner. We're going to be missing our starting tight end, D-tackle, and running back. Luckily, though, we do have some decent backups at running back and tight end. Also, I'm not going to count out the long snapper. He's going to be out week to week, so he's not playing this week. But not having these 3 guys is going to hurt us a lot. We're not going to have that depth at running back that we've had all season. He's going to be out 3 to 7 weeks, and 3 to 5 weeks. It's unfortunate the injuries happened at the time they did, because even if we make the playoffs, we'd probably be a wild card team. So it's going to be rather unfortunate. We're going to have to plan on winning this game somehow without these guys. It's going to be a rough one, for sure. This win could very much mean maybe Mike Ward moves up in the rankings for MVP. He's all Coach of the Year. Xavier Foster could even move up as well. We could move up against the Patriots head coach, he's also number 1. So if we win this game, Xavier Foster could actually get up to Coach of the Year, potentially. Offensive Player of the Year, Mike Ward is 4th, behind Ashton Genty, Lamar, and Joe Burrow. So this could move him up. This is a very clutch win, a very important win. Probably one of Mike Ward's most important wins yet. And Mike Ward, of course, him and ETN, they're in the top 5, but Ward is number 1. He has that number 1 Offensive Rookie of the Year spot locked the frick down. And of course, he's been playing really good all year, as you can tell. Definitely the guy we've been wanting to have on this team from the very start. He's got that franchise QB tag now. It's a sight to see. It's beautiful. It could make a man come to tears. But him now being considered the franchise QB and the QB of the future definitely has Justin Fields worried. He was wanting a massive $80 million contract, which we are not going to give him at all. Aaron Rodgers has been sitting silently on the sideline helping coach up Mike Ward, which I am very, very thankful for. Aaron Rodgers, you have done us a great service. Even though you haven't played, you've coached up Mike Ward. If you're available, we'll bring you back next year. And we've been looking at some guys like Trevante Bridges and Cam Dunn. Cam Dunn's supposed to go round 1 to 2, and then Bridges, he's slated for top 5. He is a round 1 talent, but he is an absolutely good athlete. As you can see, he has the potential of a great athlete, which I don't know if that affects the dev trade at all, if that affects his overall. Well, of course, it's going to affect his overall, but this man looks like a stud of an athlete. We, if we're going to have to trade up for him, that might be what it's going to have to take. His stats don't look too bad either. His power moves and block shedding are a little bit worrying, and his injury is worrying as well, except for the fact that I believe it was ETN. He had kind of a glass cannon build. He's a really good jump ball guy. And he had F injury. Now he hasn't really got injured at all so far this season. I hope I don't jinx that. But Trevante Bridges, him having F injury doesn't necessarily worry me too much because I don't think he'd be starting immediately unless he has some crazy dev trait. But I don't think he'd be starting at the number one spot. That'd be Shamar Turner. But him and Shamar Turner would be an absolutely epic duo to have at D tackle. And then Cam Dunn, of course, out of Michigan State. He seems to be a pretty solid athlete as well. Not nearly as good as Bridges, but he is a pretty solid one. Great to good speed, elite to great jumping, so he's a great jumper. And then his base stats arguably look a little bit better than Bridges, but having either one of these guys would be an epic, epic take for this defense. I mean, this defense is already pretty solid, but having a guy like Cam Dunn or Trevante Bridges would be pretty nice. Right now, as it stands, neither Bridges nor Haynes go until 10, so we'd have to potentially trade up to 10 if we want to take Bridges. Cam Dunn, we'd have to trade up to 15, and we are currently at 23, so we're looking on the outside end to get these guys. It wouldn't be bad to trade up, and getting a center wouldn't be bad either. We have a pretty crappy center. We might try to sign one guy, maybe a center in the offseason. It's gonna be an interesting draft this year. I mean, we're already a well-rounded team. Sam is saying Sam linebacker, halfback. I don't think those are necessarily our biggest needs. It's just because we've got some guys injured right now. I do think, however, we need to work on D-tackle a little bit. Shamar Turner, I mean, Sebastian Joseph Day, he's been playing quite well this season. But the thing is, I'm not going to say he's a permanent solution at the D-tackle spot. He'll probably leave after 1 year because I don't have too much money in cap space. We do have some decent money, but we only have $19.7 million in cap space right now. We've luckily got Mike Ward for 4 more years, so we won't have to worry about his contract until it comes, which, when it does come, that sucker is going to be so freaking high. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 100 million plus. Mike Ward is going to have a massive, massive contract, and that is going to absolutely be scary. Scary. But for now, we're going to have 4 years with Ward. So we're going to have to take as much chance as we can. Our Super Bowl window has just opened. Now we're going to have to build around him as well as we can until it comes time to re-sign him. Until then, we're going to need to look to win this game. And welcome to the New York Jets. Final game of the season, and it appears we're gonna have some light snow. Thankfully, it's not too heavy a snow as we'd barely be able to see. We're definitely gonna have to run the football a lot, but unfortunately, we don't have our man, Breece Hall. So the Patriots, who don't really need to worry about the win, they've already got their spot in the playoffs. But the Patriots do want to try to knock off the division rival, the Jets, out of the playoffs and ruin their hopes of a Super Bowl. Here we go. We've got light snow. We've got the Jets versus the Patriots. A classic tale that's been told many a time. And now Drake May, a man who's played pretty solid all season, 24 for 4. That TD interception ratio, I wouldn't say rivals that of rookie sensation Mike Ward, but it does look pretty impressive as Patriots going to hand this one off, and he's going to get a couple yards. First carry of the game. And now the Patriots looking to run. Sends a man in motion. And they're not going to have anybody there as Stevenson's going to pick up a bunch. Ramondre Stevenson. Massive gain right there. 3rd and 10 after the incompletion to their only non-offensive lineman as a tight end. They looking to throw. He's going up. Incomplete. Intended for number 3. I believe that's Frederick Douglass. Mike Ward is going to have to play in freezing temperatures just like everybody else. I've already said this. He's not had to deal with too much of this kind of weather. But this is a classic matchup right here. One that he's going to have to worry about winning. And that's going to be caught. Mason Taylor. So after the first down, ETN could have probably gotten a little bit more if he didn't run into his lineman right there. They're going to run it again. ETN not having much time. And now ETN is down. Oh no! We've already had an injury at our starting running back, and now we're going to have it at our backup. So it seems ETN has bruised ribs, but we won't win this if we don't have guys like him in here. So we're going to keep him in. And incomplete. Caught behind the line, and now they're going to have a big shot here. They need 17 yards. He's going to look to throw it. And Drake May is going to have some room. And he's going to get the first after a missed tackle. 3rd and 7. Jets could look to get another stop. And it's caught. That's Diggs with the catch. I believe that's Diggs. Both teams struggling to score or even get anything going. In the snow, of course. Not too heavy of snow. And Henderson strucks a man and gets the first. Now it's 1st down again. And he could look to throw. He's going to hand this one off. And it's Henderson up the middle. Getting stuck on his own man. But picks up the first. We've got to find an answer to their run game. And yet so far it has not looked like that. And it's caught by Douglas. Now 2nd and 4. May seems to be making a change. And he's not going to get in. He goes out the 1. 2-yard loss. May sends the tight end in motion. He's going to throw. Somehow he's going to evade a bunch of tackles. He was blitzkrieged. And now he goes down. 3rd and goal. And that's the end of the first. Both teams are scoreless. As we go into the second, that run game of New England looks great. The Jets have been able not to stop them. And now, we need a stop. 3rd and goal. Beginning of the second. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown, New England. Pass to Douglas gets him in. Demario Douglas. My bad, homeboy. My bad. Drake May having to scramble out the pocket, and that was Tony Adams in coverage. Not a good look. We were playing man. We got caught. Touchdown, New England. We can't fall too far behind if we want to stay in this one. We're going to have to find everything we can. Intercepted! He doesn't get his target. I believe it was Shaheed he was looking for. Oh, he threw it behind him, and Shaheed just couldn't get it. Threw it over the middle. It was indeed Shaheed, and it was just picked off. He's not going to look good in the MVP after that one. Drake Mayo get another shot. New England has had our number all game. Now they're going to hand it off again. And Henderson going to have a wide open shot to the end zone. What are we doing on defense? We're not having Turner on there. Seems to mess up the entire team. What are we doing? Henderson had a great lane. Easiest touchdown of his career. It's not like this New England team is overly good. It's just we're not performing like we should be. And he's going to hit the tight end, Barker. He's going to get enough for the first 20 yards. 1st and 10. Ward finally completing something other than an interception. He's going to look. He's going to find Etienne, who's going to catch it behind him. 1st down. Etienne coming up a little bit clutch right there. He missed the catch earlier, and now his man Ward's going to find him. 1st down. We're making a pretty solid drive. We don't have our 2 starting running backs in. And now we're going to have Taylor, who's going to drop it. Unusual drop right there. He was open, and Spillane knocked it out. Uncharacteristic drop by Taylor. You don't typically see that kind of play. But speaking of play, you're going to see Allen get a first on the screen. Smart play call by Foster. Nice little screenplay caught New England off guard. And he's going down instantly. Barmore comes back in and gets a sack. Mason Taylor not having a good game. Maybe the snow is having an effect on him. I don't know. And it's dropped. This defense has struggled all game. And it's a check down. And juke moves by Diggs. Diggs putting on the moves. He's got speed. 2nd and 3. Nobody believing how good this Patriots team has been all game. And Sauce Gardner's juked. And Henderson breaks that tackle. Henderson's going to run it in again. What is up with this team? We might not deserve to make the playoffs after this one. Henderson has run it all game. Sauce Gardner getting juked. And nobody can tackle. Sauce Gardner ankle snatched. Henderson breaking a tackle, getting in the end zone for the 2nd time. We're going to need more than just a run play to get this one. He's going to find Etienne, who actually adjusts to it, unlike Shaheed. So already on the first side of the field. Also not to mention, Etienne had a great kick return. And he's going to find Allen, who's going to get just enough for 9. We're going to need to hurry up and get a touchdown as fast as we can. We're going to snap it. Etienne's going to grab it. 1st down. 3.5 minutes left. Jets have been driving down the field again. This time we cannot allow a freaking catch here. Allen getting a couple, but he drops it. And we recover. 3rd and 10. He can't afford to take another field goal. New England could just go down and score again. And Wilson gonna catch it. 1st down. They're not gonna challenge it. And Etienne drops it. He had an open play. Etienne dropping the easiest pass of his career. Not known for dropping the ball. And Wilson catches it in traffic. Touchdown, New York. There has been a first touchdown in New York. Garrett Wilson is his name. Excellent pass by Ward, getting it just above the defense. They didn't have the eyes turned to the ball, and Wilson taking advantage. He's an elite receiver. Not fazed by the weather. Third and 15. New England. It's got to look to pass. Intercepted! Julian Blackmon! He's going to take it back. Big pick by the interception. Or interception by Blackmon. Exactly what we needed. We could score right before the half with a minute left. So we finally get a stop on defense, and it's coming up clutch with Julian Blackmon catching it better than our actual receivers. That's what you get when you put an offensive lineman at tight end like Beasley. Ward has to have the balls of steel right here. We've got to perform. We need our offense to play as good as they possibly can right here. New England. Overthrown! We can't have that. So intended for Mason Taylor. Yeah, he was open. Maybe not open enough. It's Allen. He's going to get caught. We're going to need to hurry up, though. We need a good blocks. And Allen, he's going to get the first. We're going to continue to run hurry up. We're going to send a man in motion. It's ETN.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And we're going to get it out to Allen, who's going to get out of bounds. 23 seconds left. 23 seconds left until halftime.
That's good for a Jets.
So now the Jets. And he goes down. We're going to have to call timeout. Fresher got there instantly. 21-10 is the score. Here at the 12-yard line now. Ward getting sacked on the last play. And Garrett Wilson. Third and goal. We're going to need a touchdown here. And Taylor drops it again. He's had a lot of drops. Incomplete. So at halftime, the score's 21-10. We didn't kick the field goal, but instead went for it, and we couldn't get it. Pressure was just there too quickly. Now let's go see how the last week of the NFL season's going. Actually, never mind. No other teams have really played this game. I guess we're on Thursday night. Henderson has cooked us. We need to stop them. But Ward started to play a little bit better by the end of the first half. We're going to go for it. Seems Shaheed. Okay, never mind, he has somebody on him. And Taylor finally making the clutch grab. He's only good in clutch situations. And now Marcus Jones is down. Ward has struggled so far. He's overthrowing almost every pass, and ETN Jr. is back in. And speaking of ETN, Darius is going to get the first. And now first and goal, 6.5 minutes left in the third. Taylor going to make the catch. He's going to have a lot of room. He's going to truck and get down to the 5. Taylor with a big grab. He's finally heating up. So Mason Taylor goes out. And it seems Barker is going to get the number 1 spot. We don't need... And he's going down again. We can't block. We're going to have to keep Mason Taylor in. So once again, we cannot block. And he's pressured again. What is up with the O-line? 3rd and 9 now. Clutch situation here. We need to get a stop. And Drake May goes down. Will McDonald had a farm, and now he has a sack. 4th and 15. Things could be changing for this Jets team. We got a field goal, so maybe we can get a touchdown. It's not quite. We are not quite near the end of the game yet. We still got 1.5 quarters left to go. And that's going to be Wilson, who's going to get it, and he's going to get more. First down. Garrett Wilson is finally coming in clutch. This is when you need him. You need your guns to perform, and Wilson's doing just that. So Jets in the red zone again. They got to the red zone a lot so far this game. Barker gets the catch, and the first. 2nd and goal now. Can we get enough time to get a pass off? And he's going to get in. Calcaterra with the touchdown. Jets aren't coming back. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here before. Calcaterra for 6. The O-line gave us just enough time. Calcaterra open in the flats and gets in before stepping out. Touchdown, Jets. And we are down 2, so why not go for it to tie the game up? Now we gotta look to pass it. And he's got pressured instantly. So on that play, it seems the O-line got blitzkrieg. Looked at 66 and 75. This is what's happening every game. Nobody getting enough time. You can't really... I didn't see much injuries on the offensive line. But it just seems like everybody's getting destroyed. The pressure on the side, 74 and 67 seem to be the only one actually blocking semi-decent. 70 had 2 guys coming directly at him. 75, he got destroyed. He tried chip blocking, which is stupid. 67 had a block for a decent amount of time, but not enough. 3rd and 7. This is the situation they've been wanting. Sends a man in motion. It's Diggs. Going to pass. He's got him over the middle. Douglas. Demario Douglas finding it open. Adams in coverage. Could not get there. So New England getting a first that they needed desperately. And he's going down to the backfield. Sherwood read it all the way. Anderson couldn't get away as he was found. Sherwood in place. Exactly what we needed. 3rd and 12. We cannot allow another Demario Douglas catch, or just any catch in general. And now he's going up. Incomplete. 4th and 12. They're going to hold him again. That's the end of the 3rd. Justin Fields is in. But I don't know, is Ward out. Braylon Allen not needing to run like that, but Calcaterra helping us get back in this one, even though we're down to our 4th string tight ends. This is not looking good for us on the tight end spot. I thought we had some depth, but maybe not. Defense has played well so far, but can they continue that? Nobody can seem to hold on to the football. It seems nobody really wants this one. Incomplete. Pressure is there every single down. What are we doing, offensive line? Only down 5 with 6.5 minutes left. We can try to chew this clock down a little bit and get in the end zone. Tight end position is not looking good for us right now. Calcaterra getting 7. Now we're going to try to run something. And it's caught up.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
We have a lineman at tight end for whatever reason. Alcantara. He's going to get the first. Just barely. Mason Taylor is out. Barker with the catch. He's going to lick the truck and he gets down. Big time play by Barker. 2nd and 9. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. We need 5 points. Now we're going to snap it. Allen gets a couple. He gets 7.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Incomplete because there's too much pressure. We need 2 yards. Can the line block? They block long enough, and Allen gets the first. We've come up clutch on 4th downs, and we need this one big time. This is a very vital moment for the team. We need as much as we can get. Barker, he gets caught, but he slips. He would have had a little bit more if he didn't slip. 2.5 minutes left. We can't afford anything stupid now. Alcantara in his hands. He cannot get it. 4th down now. We need something big. And Barker catches it. He catches it. What a play. Ward getting it over. Probably a stupid throw, but he got it. Barker coming up clutch, the rookie tight end. And now they need to get in the end zone. They are 11 yards away and 2 minutes away from potentially making the playoffs, ending their drought. Alcantara, he's going to get in. Touchdown, Jets. 45-24. This game has suddenly changed hands. What a play. Alcantara beating his man, getting in for 6. Alcantara, the 4th string tight end. What a story. Alcantara, it was 4th on the depth chart behind Colson Loveland, Mason Taylor, and even Mike Barker. But it's Alcantara coming clutch up with 2 touchdowns. And now we need to get the 2. Shaheed gets it. We're going to go up 3. If they don't get this, this could be it. They're going to have to go it on 4th down, no matter what. I don't know if I would trust my defense too much. And Hunter Henry gets the first. Bad coverage. And now New England find themselves 3rd and 2. They're going to pass this. And he gets his man Diggs. And he's going to get tackled. 29 seconds left. They have a singular timeout. They're going to hurry up. Are they going to spike the ball? And they will. No! 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 It all comes down to this. I don't know if Ward has the arm for it. But we're going to have to try. Sending everybody. And complete. And that's how this one's going to end. Defense doing what they do best and allowing a rushing touchdown, which they did 3 times this game. Defense gave it up. Offense was starting to heat up in the second half. Drake May getting lucky. He didn't play that well. His defenders didn't do either. It was the running backs. Andre Sisco missed the tackle. Ramondre Stevenson winning the game for New England. We had this in our bag, but we lost. That could end our season. Mike Ward started to heat up. Calcaterra, he was a hometown hero. Actually, not hometown hero, but he was a hero in our eyes. Mike Ward, he started to heat up in the second half. Drake May was definitely carried by his running backs. It's just a shame how this one had to end. The running backs destroyed our defense. You could tell we missed Shamar Turner a whole lot. We need another D tackle. The injuries was just what killed us, man. They really were. So now we're gonna have to hope we can at least make the playoffs as the 6th seed. If we don't, then that's the end of this season. The running game is what killed us. Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, and Drake May. Disappointing our defense couldn't stop him. We missed a couple tackles on Ramondre Stevenson. He juked us out at the end. He's the reason we lost and potentially might not make the playoffs this year. Drake May, he had a couple clutch passes, but he wasn't the best. Travis Etienne Jr., he had to carry this run game, but it wasn't enough. Our O-line was absolutely atrocious all game. As we can actually see, it doesn't say here. But man, he got sacked a bunch of times. You can't have that kind of O-line and expect to get sacked too much. We have a solid O-line except for the center, which is why we could go after one in the draft. There is some good draft picks at center late in the draft. So we're definitely going to have to look for a center because this O-line is not looking good. We got sacked way too many times. Our tight end depth is not looking good. We got down to our 4th string tight end. Mason Taylor couldn't come up with any clutch plays. He is actually our leading receiver, but he could well have over 100 yards if he would have caught some of those balls, which he shouldn't have. Man. And some of the easiest drops, we struggled in the receiving game. Didn't have a single 100-yard receiver. Didn't even have a single 70-yard receiver. Mason Taylor 1 yard short of that. Garrett Wilson getting a touchdown. Mike Barker having his chance to show out. He kind of did, but didn't do too much. Demario Douglas kind of cooked us. Got Grant Calcaterra, the 71 overall guy out of SMU. He's our 4th string tight end. If we had better depth, we probably could have won this. Injuries have killed us, which is unfortunate. We could have very well won this game. We were coming back. We had the lead. It's just the defense gave up the run. We probably could have done better on offense, but it is what it is. Offensive line can't block. Mike Ward struggled early on with overthrowing. He even threw a pick, but that's how this receiving game is. Jared Dunn, our rookie center we got this year, who's 70 overall, he got injured. And then Carter Warren, he allowed a sack. Both those guys allowed a sack. You could tell they were getting absolutely destroyed on the O-line. 67 especially. Yeah, not looking good for us. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. Tony Adams playing pretty solid as always. He got the TFL. We were doing pretty good. Then we allowed a big pass over the middle to Hunter Henry. Yeah, you could blame that part on me. But what you can't blame on me is the fact that we allowed Ramondre Stevenson, of all people, to score a clutch game-winning touchdown. That's unfortunate. Doesn't seem we did good. You could tell this defense missed Shamar Turner heavily. We could have got a bunch of pressure if it wasn't for the injuries killing us. Injuries destroyed us. If we had Breece Hall, our run game probably would have been a lot better. If we had Colson Loveland, our receiving game would have been a bit better. Maybe instead of Mason Taylor getting those targets, maybe Colson Loveland would have got those targets. But that's a bunch of maybes. Sherwood, Blackman actually coming up clutch. He got a pick right before half. He actually might not have been right before half, but he did get a pretty clutch pick. He brought it back for 27 yards at a TFL. Sherwood getting 4 TFLs. He's a really good linebacker. I'd hate to see him go. Love to watch him leave. Just kidding. Devin Bush, he's a pretty good signing, but you could tell New England just had their way with us on defense in the first half. They were doing pretty good. They were doing pretty freaking good. Robert Spillane getting a pick on us. Overthrow. Intended for Shaheed. Throwing behind him. Not throwing in time. Didn't play that smart this game. Mike Ward started to heat up in the second half. Didn't throw a pick in the second, but hopefully this isn't it for our season. You can tell this team wanted it, but they just didn't want it enough. We actually had the top 3 tacklers in TFLs in the game. Then Christian Barmore, who actually destroyed us. And then Jelani Tavai. A bunch of these guys I know from my Lions franchise. But Will McDonald had 2 TFLs. Actually had a sack and a half. Looking pretty good there. And for the sacks, Will McDonald really the only guy getting his own sack, 1.5 sacks. Will McDonald had to fill in basically for that Shamar Turner. Shamar Turner would have definitely had an impact. He probably could have got a couple. He probably could have got 1 or 2 sacks on Drake May. That O-line in New England wasn't necessarily good. It's just we didn't have too many good pass rushers on the field. We had Johnson, we had McDonald, we had Sherwood, but it wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. They produced so much pressure on us. It wasn't even fair. Jelani Tavai's only 73 overall. Barmore's 84. Farmer's 78. Williams, he's 87. I'd understand if Williams got one, but these other guys, I don't know. We should not be losing. Our offensive line should not be getting defeated by Jelani Tavai at 73 overall. We should not. We simply shouldn't. Now, we did try to run it a lot, but it didn't really matter. And then Blackman getting that interception, like I said, and then Spillane. And it seems like we have another injury, and yup, broken collarbone, Jared Dunn. You hate to see it. Broken collarbone's not an easy one to recover from. But you could tell this team missed the injuries. We really did. Having a good run game with Brees Hall and Travis Etienne Jr. would have been nice. Brees Hall would have definitely brought an impact. Loveland probably would have caught a little bit more passes than having Mason Taylor or Mike Barker out there. Barker having to fill in for some pretty big shoes from his previous spot at fullback. He's now having to play tight end number 2 behind Mason Taylor. Yeah, not looking good. And then Shamar Turner, his defense missed you, bud. We would have had a bunch more pressure on the quarterback, a bunch more pressure on Stevenson or Henderson. This would not have happened if we had Shamar Turner. I can freaking guarantee it. I'll put money on it. Now, we wouldn't have had to have a random dude named Ramondre Stevenson destroy us on the last play of the game. We would, or not the last play of the game, but the last play for the New England Patriots. We had the lead by 3, but we gave up 6. Yeah, we're going to have to hope we can make the playoffs at this point. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we actually do make the playoffs. Despite the loss to New England, heartbreaking. Yeah, not looking good. So we're going to actually get to face against the Chargers of all teams. We're probably the 7th seed. Actually, it seems we're still the 6th seed? So it seems the Raiders actually take that 7th seed. We got pretty freaking lucky. Seems Cincinnati lost, so we got in over Cincinnati. I guess also Las Vegas, but we got real lucky. So for the first time in 14 years, actually technically I guess at this point it'd be 15. First time, actually it was 2011, yeah, 15 years. It's been 15 long, hard-fought years. Mike Ward has led us to the playoffs. After that New England game, I don't know. Not having our starters is going to be rough. We don't have an exact estimate of when they'll be back. It just says 3 to 5, 3 to 7 weeks. Yikes, that's going to look It's pretty scary. We're definitely going to need to sign a center. Because as you can see here, Warren actually doesn't look that bad. We just don't have depth. This team isn't a Super Bowl winning team, but we are good enough to make the playoffs. Mike Ward playing out of his mind. I don't know if he'll win MVP after that game. We'll actually also go look at trying to sign a speedy running back. The defense. Oh, actually, crap. It says Shamar Turner's back. Is he actually? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Shamar Turner back. So the best running backs, it looks like Rico Dowdle would be a pretty good get. He's 80 overall, normal dev. But having a guy like Rico Dowdle as the backup running back would be great, so we're going to get him. So this is how the playoffs are set for now. New England remains at that 5 spot. They're going to face off against Tennessee. New England got real lucky of winning that game against us. We should be the number 5 seed right now, but we're not. It's a real shame. But I guess the snow affected us. We were at home. Somehow the snow didn't affect their kicker. So, seems our running backs did not struggle. They didn't struggle to run in the snow. But this is how the 2026 playoffs are set. The New York Jets are going to make the playoffs and have to face off against the number 3 seeded LA Chargers. Last time we faced off against a team here, week 1. Well, actually, we probably faced the Chargers before. But in week 1, I did play the game and we beat the Rams 17-14 in Mike Ward's debut. So we do have experience in winning in that stadium. Let's hope we can win again, because I do want to see the next round of the playoffs. Because if we win, we could get our rematch with the Buffalo Bills, which I am very much looking forward to. But for now, we got to look forward to the Chargers game. This would be awesome. We definitely need to win against them. This would only mean so much for us. It's like the Detroit Lions winning in the playoffs when they first made it again for the first time in like a while. Then they went on to lose. I believe it was either the division or AFC Championship. They've actually got to the AFC Championship. They just haven't got to the big one. But they're going to have a chance to actually go as they're going to face off against the Tush Push Eagles. I don't actually know if that's in this game, but yeah. So we actually have played against the Chargers. We won 28-20, so we do know how to beat them. And it seems we've only played once. So in that game against them, we actually won by 8. We had a score in every single quarter. It's just the Chargers couldn't quite keep up with us. Mike Ward had an impressive game. He didn't get sacked not once. And now this game we're actually going to have Shamar Turner back. So Justin Herbert could potentially be in for a day of sacks. That's going to be a fun game to watch for sure. He threw 1 pick, 1 touchdown. Oh, how is he going to play when I actually play? That's a different story. We've got the future Rookie of the Year and potential MVP, Mike Ward, going into his first career playoff game for the Jets' first time in 15 freaking years. We can't forget that fact. The longest playoff drought in NFL history. Yeah, even the Browns have made the playoffs before the Jets. And, of course, they went on to lose to the Texans. My Texans. And in the run game, Breece Hall, who's not going to be playing today, but he is going to have a pretty solid backup in Rico Dowdle. If Rico Dowdle plays pretty good, we could end up actually re-signing him next year. So, it seems if we have a good running back, and if our O-line plays pretty good, we can definitely run the ball. The right side of the field might be our best. They no longer have Joey Bosa, but they still have a bunch of pretty good guys blitzing and stuff. But I don't know if they're going to have as much pressure as you would think. Receiving game, D-Hop, this is when he was popping off. Will Disley we might have to look out for. ETN, he had a pretty solid game around this time. Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston. They do have a pretty solid receiving core, but Quentin Johnston, he struggled with catching the football at times. Ladd McConkey's just that dog out of Georgia, literally. And then Garrett Wilson, Golson Loveland, Rashid Shaheed not having the best game at all. They had a pretty crappy one, in fact. But it looks like if we get our main guys involved, we're not going to have to deal with the snow this time, which is, thank the Lord, we don't have to deal with the snow, because apparently the snow just affects the crap out of us, even though we're at home. So we are ranked very low in rushing yards per game. We do look like we have one of the best offenses besides for the rushing yards. We have a top 5 offense. Passing offense looks pretty good. We score a lot of points per game. The Chargers don't look too impressive. They did go 10-7 as well. They did win their conference though, or they did win their division just barely above the Raiders, who have Ashton Genty, which that would be a pretty fun game to watch as well. But if New England wins, we could potentially be looking at, actually, if the Raiders can beat the Ravens, then they would face the Bills, and we could potentially get a rematch with New England, this time in New England. So we could have a bunch of interesting scenarios here. We're either going to have to face the Bills if the Raiders lose, or we're going to have to face the Patriots or the Titans if one of those two wins, which if we face the Titans, Mike Ward versus Cam Ward. The Battle of the Ward begins. But that's if they win. We could even have a rematch with New England, which I am very much looking forward to. We know how to stop them. This time we wouldn't be in a snow game, which I very much freaking hope we won't. If we're in a snow game again, I'm going to be freaking... I'm going to be wild. But next episode, we will play the first ever playoff game of the New York Jets franchise under Coach Xavier Foster, of course. Can we end the streak of no playoff game wins and since freaking 15 years ago in 2011 with Mark Sanchez when he butt fumbled? Can we do the unthinkable and beat the Chargers? We beat them before. We are undefeated in that stadium. Can we continue the streak? But that's going to do it for now. Next episode, we will be taking on the Chargers in their stadium in Los Angeles. Can we win the playoff game or will we struggle? Will we lose our first playoff game in 15 years? We will figure that out next episode. But if you have gotten this far, why not consider liking and subscribing, as it does help my channel grow and it gets me into a bigger community of people and helps us grow. It helps me get my content spread out there. But that's on y'all. As for now, I am Yo Boy Baller One saying peace out, everyone.